Hello and welcome to the stream. My name is Yannick, I'm the French guy from Switzerland. No, thank you, Monica, for the resub 4 months already. Thank you very much. Means a lot to me. Well, Happy New Year, everybody. You may notice that my voice is not completely back. I have, I'm getting out of a bronchitis. I think that's the word in English. It's not quite gone, so I might cough a little bit during this stream, but hey, I just couldn't wait for it to go away before coming back online. It's been too long since I've done one of those streams. So yeah, I'm feeling better. Let's bring the chat in. Feeling a bit better. Good enough to stream anyway. If you cough really loud into the mic, yes. I try. So what we're gonna do tonight, of course, we're gonna do some Flutter because that's what I'm into at the moment. And before Christmas, way before Christmas, I started a project that was an app. Well done, Monica. That was an app to share expenses between just two people. You know, nothing fancy, no group, no. Percentages of stuff like that, or no, just very simple. Two participant groups or people, or whatever, and someone pays full for someone else, or 50-50. So that's the spec for the app, and I'm gonna give that another try because first time around I was just discovering Flutter. Hopefully I know a little bit more now, and we're going to use the Firebase real-time database to share those information. So sorry. So yeah, we'll dive into that right now, just after I drop, but I'm going to miss it. Yeah, I'm going to miss it. Anyway, let's go to the code because that's what we're here for. So I have already started things. I have already started a basic screen. And if my mouse was on the right screen, that would be better. So what do I have right now? I have some basic initializations. So we're initializing the Firebase stuff. So I initialize the app, the anonymous authentication, and the database, and then I just sign in anonymously, which is a good, a nice thing to use with Firebase authentication. It uses some stuff on the device. I don't really know what, but what I know is that you're identified. It's always the same identification. Every time you restart the application, it will recognize you. So we'll find our data back in the database. I don't know how I'm going to use the database just yet, but that's part of the fun. So let's see. I have that. That will build my app, which I'm going to rename because my app is not a really good name. Let's call that by its name, Expense for 2. And yep, it did the refactoring. You should make your Wordle clone in Flutter next. Yeah, I could do that. And join the Wordle craze. So this is called app, and this really should be called something else than app. Let's call that Expense for 2. All right. So we've got that. This title is not even used, so I don't need that. This is not used either. That comes from the boilerplate that is generated by Flutter. When you do that, a string title, it's not used. There we go. Because we force it here, and that was a test. That was well, actually we can have a look at that. Let's see if I can open the Firebase console without revealing any secret information, and I will bring that in view once I am confident that I'm not revealing any anything. That's the URL for the database, but I don't think anyone can use that. If they can, well, they deserve the right to hack it. Alright, so here's the database. So we've got Hello World 91, and if I can actually do this and bring the emulator back, or not the emulator actually, the thing here. I'm going to start my app, and we should see that number change when the app starts, because what we're seeing right now in the emulator is the old app. That's what was launching. It's going to launch. It should launch, and we should see that change. Hopefully, if not, well, that means something doesn't work, and we're gonna have to have a look at that. Let's close this thing. You go away. You go away. You go away. And we do. Ah, it is not working. Test failed. Yes, because test is looking for something that I have renamed, and test doesn't know that I've renamed that. Come on. Aucun problème. No problem. Okay, that seems to be a problem to me. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna get rid of the test. And then we're gonna start that again and see that random number change. It should change. It will change. Running Gradle task assemble debug. Thank you. So what, Monica? What is the because I looked at Wordle, but I just didn't understand why everyone was crazy about it. So explain to me in simple terms that a Swiss guy can understand. Installing the app. Come on, Flutter, do your thing. There you go. It changed to 70, and if I hot reload, it should change again. There we go, 21, it changes. Because it's challenging and easy to share your result and anyone annoy people. Okay. Okay, I can make an annoying app. Alright, so we've seen the numbers change, so we are connected to Firebase real-time database. So let's move that out of the way. And let's see what can we do with that app. So right now it doesn't do a lot. It does build a home screen, and our home screen is a circular progress indicator. So we need to change that. Right, we've got the application bar here. That's this part here. And we've got the title. What do we want in there? We also interviewed the Elementary community dev who made a version for the Elementary App Store called Warble. Hello. Hello, GagPL. Welcome and thanks for the follow. That was 8 days ago, but thank you. I didn't have the opportunity to say thanks on stream, so there we go. So what do we want? We want that app needs to be able to manage expenses, so we're gonna have some form to actually enter an amount and who paid and for who. I think that's basically it. That's gonna be a list of that. All right. So we need, what do we need? Date, description, amount, a radio box to select who paid, and checkboxes to select who was part of that transaction, because there are two use cases. Only one person can pay, of course, because otherwise there's no point using that app. And it could be a shared expense, so 50-50, or it could be someone pays for someone else. And possibly the person who pays cannot be the sole recipient of that payment, because that wouldn't make any sense. So let's see. We're gonna want a list of that, and we're gonna want a floating action button, and we're gonna want to press on the floating action button to do stuff. So let's add that floating action button right now. So it's a sorry, a floating action button. And thank you, GitHub Copilot. Unpressed, yeah, well, no, not that, but unpressed, we're gonna do some stuff. And here we want something probably like add. Something like that. Whenever you want to refresh, that will be fine by me. Okay, so we've got the plus button. Doesn't do much right now, but it's there. We're going to remove that circular progress indicator because reasons. Let's say center, child, and the child of that. And the child text hello world. And we're going to replace, yeah, well, we're going to let hello world in there. All right. When we press plus, we want to open a new window with a form in there. So we're going to create another screen. And that screen is going to be the form screen. Why not? We're going to define a stateless widget, which is going to be the form screen. That's going to expand. Oops, not Cupertino, we want material. Yes, we want material. All right, and then we can go back here and change that handler and say navigator of context dot push. We're not pushing named routes. We're going to push a material page route. Hey, you're dropping. And we're going to build, and did it? No, it said add screen, which is almost right. We want the form screen, and we want some commas here in order to align that properly, and it doesn't because of that semicolon here. There we go. Form screen, it doesn't know what it is. We need to import form screen, and then it wants that to be a const because reasons. Okay, so here we are, we press plus, and nothing happens because our container is empty. We're going to do the basic stuff, scaffold, a bar with a title, which is going to be a text, add expense, why not, and it needs a body, and the body is going to be a center with a child, with a text, and it's gonna say home. What do we need? We need that and that. No, probably not. We need a const. That and also a const text. And a semicolon to close everything properly. Drop, drop. We like Flutter on this. Yes, we do. We do love Flutter. We too. Let's drop because there's no reason you are the only ones who play. All right. The form is working. Except I don't want that. I want this form to be a full screen dialogue. I want that to be a full screen dialogue. True. There we go. And that will change the fact that now we have a cross. Do I want that to be centered? I wonder if the save button should be here. Like we had this the expense there, and we have a save button here, which is an action, which is theoretically where it should go, I guess. So actions, icon button, save and press. Thank you, GitHub Copilot. I love GitHub Copilot. Okay, so that's the cancel button basically, and that's the save button. So when we click here, we're going to save that thing. Okay, what do we need on that form? Well, we need a form. So let's add a form. From what? What's the problem? It needs, yeah, form needs a child. Okay, so form needs a child. The child is gonna be a column. For now. Copilot seems so useful sometimes, but I really don't like their toss. It's a bit way too invasive, in my opinion, to sign for it. Yeah, it's. I'm still debating, actually, because it gives a lot of good suggestions, but you need to be very critical about what it gives you. Sometimes it does exactly what it's supposed to do, and sometimes it doesn't. So, hold on a sec. All right, that's gonna be harder than I thought. All right, anyway, what's wrong here? Constructor being const is not the const constructor. Yeah, so we need to remove this const here. Okay, we're gonna need a key. We're gonna need a form key. Var key equals no, because the key needs a stateful form. Hello, welcome, Peter. How are you? So let me do the right thing, right? So how was your stream? What did you stream about? As if I didn't know. Yes, it's warming up. Okay, we need a form, we need a column, and in that column, we're gonna need a... We're gonna need a row, I guess. We're gonna need children, not children. We're gonna need a row. Okay. Not a root backup dispatcher. Thank you very much, GitHub Copilot. This row is gonna have what it suggests. The Copilot suggests an expanded and a text form field with a label name, and another expanded with a text form field with amount. You've got to admit it's not that far away from what I wanted. Gosh, sometimes it surprises me. Okay, it's almost that. Except, what I really wanted was actually a text here, which was expense. Why not? Followed by a sized box with, let's say, I don't know, 8. We'll fix that if it's not enough, and then an expanded text field, right? Or did I want that? No, actually, I wanted that. Description, then date, then amount, then we're not gonna bother about currency just yet, because that's a pain in the backside. And I'm doing everything wrong because I don't need the row here. Those are going to be the children of the column. So that. And now I'm lost. Okay. This one should go away. There we go. Funny. Not what I wanted. Column, main axis size, main axis size dot min. Sorry. Why is it not working? Somebody tell me. I need a fancy setup like Martin's with a button on my Stream Deck to mute my mic. So why is it not working? It kind of work. I think I'm missing a scroll window somewhere. Why do I have a center here? I don't need a center. That need to go away. Remove this widget. Right. I also need somewhere, probably here, a single child scroll view.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Either it's not working or I broke everything. Hello world, let's click on that. And it doesn't work. Alright. Alright. Okay. Okay, I broke everything. Return scaffold. Body single scroll view. There's no problem in here. It's not showing anything. Dun dun dun. It's not even showing the scaffold actually. What is wrong? It's not even showing the scaffold. Which is weird. Now it does. So what? Single child. Scroll view. Okay. That still works. Side. In there. That still works. Okay. Form. Child. Column. Column. Children. That still works. Text. Text. Bob. Text. Not Charlie. Carol. Why would I? Charlie in there. So that works. And I'm confused. Single form colon. I made a big mess. That goes away. Okay. Where are my elements? Don't you think it's a little bit odd that we don't see the elements? I find that very odd. And I don't like to find things odd live on stream, because it makes me look bad. So you're there. You were there. At least you're there, right? So what's going on? If I expand Alice, now it's not there. Ah. Oh. Blue but fine, yeah. I can change the color. I could change the color to something else. So if I expand that in the column, it doesn't work anymore. How about I do a row. The row has children, and one of the children, or the only children actually, is the text, and then I do that. And then I have Alice. And what if I expand the row? It goes away again. So what did I... Well, I tried the Chelsea cucumber green, but it doesn't show up on screen really well. So it is blue. And my phone is not even here. It's charging now, so I can change it now. But I'm going to try again. But you've got the Chelsea cucumber green around the chat and above and below the camera thing. Okay, so I don't understand what I've done. Okay, so I must have, because I've done that like 1,000 times. And now it's not... Okay. There is something so weird here. It's probably something that's like big as an asteroid, but I don't see it. Why would the text work and not the text form field? Okay, so that works. That now works. Text form field. I think expanded around the form, but not around the input should fix it. That always must. Yeah, expanded is really weird because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you get weird error message. Expanded. Yeah, sure, that's gonna work. So let's expand around the form. And that seems to fix the problem. Thank you, Gab. Thank you. So, if I remove that, now I have that. Okay. I'm gonna add a padding around the column. We use the default padding. That's already much better. And why do you have a hype icon? I'm jealous now. I want a hype icon. Anyways, description, that's gonna be a text, so we want the default keyboard. Now we want what did I say? The date. Okay, the date is gonna be a date picker. I don't know. Do we have a date picker field, something like that? Date picker. That's a dialogue. I don't want dialogue. Date picker on tree mode. Date input element. What is that? A date with no time zone. You supported to check if this is in the current platform. That's an HTML thing. I don't want that. So how do I so I probably need to have a text field or a text with the date and then a button to select the date. Input date picker form field. A text form field configured to accept, valid and validate a date entered by a user. There we go. First date, last date. Like I know that, right? Try correct. What is it? First date, and it's required and it's not even nullable. Cool. Creates a text form configured to accept and validate a date. What do I know? Do we have something like datetime.min? No, of course not. Uh, what? It's probably not gonna be too far into the past. I mean, if you're entering an expense, it's probably in the last, I don't know, week, month. Probably not. Yeah, month. Let's say now. Add duration days. Yes, days. Minus 30. Something like that. Let's do this. And last date. Well, do we want to be able to enter future dates? Why not? Let's do the same, but 1 month in the future. Right? That can't hurt. Just to prepare stuff. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I can. So today is January the 13th. So I should not be able to do. Oh, it's in US format. So 12/01/2021. Yeah, it doesn't really care about that. Okay. Well, that's gonna be good enough for now, but I need to find another way to do that. Okay, let's move on. We need the amount, which GitHub already figured out. Except the amount is a number, so keyboard type is not in the decoration thing, it's here. Keyboard type is input type dot number with options signed true. No, but decimal true, yes. What's the problem here? Undefined name input type. Because that's text input type, I think. Yes. Text input type, and that's a const. All right. So now when we go here, we have that, and we can only get numbers. Description is text. Date is that, and then that's the amount. All right. So we already have the date. We don't need the date anymore. We already have the amount. That's okay. So we've got everything we want. I found a guide on how to add date picker with a normal input and calendar pop-up if you want the link. I do. Let me try and make you a VIP so you can I don't even know how to do that. Manage suspicious user. No, you're not a I want to make you a VIP. How do I do that? I don't know. Community. Roles manager. Add new. BL. That's you. And I want to make you a VIP. Dave. You should now be able to post links. You can use exclamation permit to allow me to post links for 60 seconds in most bots. Right. Well, you're a VIP anyway, so now you can post links. Thank you. I will have a look at that after the stream. Alright, so we have a description, a date, an amount. We need a radio box for radio box for the person who paid. So You are welcome. My dog is freaking out. Beth? Alright, no. She seems to just be... Maybe she dreamt. She had a nightmare maybe or something. She was dreaming she was chasing a cat or something like that. So, what do I need now? I think I need a row. And we need 2 children. 2 children? Yeah, 2 children. We want an expanded. The child of this expanded will be a radio checkbox? Radio box. How do we do that? Interesting. Let's bring our good friend Google in here. And we're going to learn together. Flutter radio button. Radio class. Is it what we want? It is. It is kind of what we want. So, list style, title, context Lafayette leading, radio, value, group value, unchanged. And the group value is character. What is character? It's a singing character, which is, I believe, an enum. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's. Hey, Phil. Welcome to the stream. So we're going to do that. We're going to add a radio of something. Yes, radio of enum. Oh yeah. So that's the enum and that's the value. That's gonna be tough because I want to have the name of the people. So let's see. Radio. Radio of singing. Well, actually I have 2 things, so it could be a radio of Boolean. True, false. True is the first one. False is the second one. Something like that. Let's try that. So it would be a radio of Boolean. Okay, and that needs a value. So group value, okay, group value. Group value is going to be defined somewhere over here. Bool, pair, is that correct? Correct English word for that? And so that's gonna be the group value of the radio. And now it's not happy because unchanged is not defined. Now let's define unchanged. We will define that as an empty function. Okay, and still not happy because value is required. Okay, so the value for that is true. Oh, no. What do we have here? What did they use for the value? They use a constant. So value is constant, and group value is what is going to change. So yes, here I would say value true, and then group value is the pair. Okay, and if I add another one like this, and I change the value to false. What does that give us? Nothing, because I didn't implement unchange. I'm gonna change that into a stateful widget. I should really not do that. I should use qubits, but for now, I'm going to do that. And thank you, GitHub, for guessing what I was gonna do. And it still doesn't work. Why? The group value is that. Unchanged value. I'm gonna set state that, and then I'm gonna set state that. Oh, but no, that's okay. I have set that here. Why is it not working? If I press that, it doesn't even change. It doesn't even call my unchange handler. So let's try that again. Ah, there we go. Sometimes it needs to be convinced that it should work, but it doesn't. Value is true. And right now, this is false. So it should have set the value to true. Shouldn't the bool value be declared outside of the build function? Did I put that in the build function? Yeah, I'm a kind of an idiot. Sorry. Yeah, it should, of course, because when build is called after the set changed, well, it reinitializes the value. Oh my god, I need some sleep. There we go. That's gonna be a lot better. But of course, we don't know what that is just yet. Well, we're gonna add some labels after that. Thanks again for that. So another row, another expanded, but this time we want a checkbox. So I'm going to guess checkbox. Checkbox. Expand child. Checkbox. What's wrong? Too many positional arguments. Row, child, child, child. Expanded children. Children. Expanded checkbox. There we go. And the checkbox. Children. Children. And the checkbox needs a few things, probably. Like the unchange, probably a group value, maybe. Maybe not the checkbox, but it needs a value, I guess. Yes. The value. The value for that is true, because it's a checkbox of Boolean. Checkbox is not a template. Oh, it gets a boolean. All right, but checkbox, yeah, stupid. A checkbox is boolean because it's true, false. It could be maybe. So that's what there's a three-state checkbox, but that's not what we want. So no, that is going to be a bool. Person A and bool person B, they're going to be false by default. Person A, person B, and that is going to be the values for the checkbox. That's person A, and that is person B. And now we should have checkboxes, and we will be. Once we do that, person A equals value. Nope. when we do set state, person A equals value. And same here when we do set state and person B equals value. There we go. Now we can check those boxes. Cool. Let's add some labels. How do we do that? I think we're just going to add a text after the elements. So that means the children of the row is one expanded radio thingy. Nope, I think it's gonna be just a radio thingy. Okay, Monica, thank you for dropping by. Yeah, I will try and feel a lot better. I hope it's gonna work. So this is... I'm going to wrap that into a container. And I'm going to... oh, no, because the container... ooh. Tea and honey, yeah. I have both of those, so... So what I want to do is group the radio and the text. Good evening, Tommy Kuda. Is that how you pronounce your name? Welcome to the chat. So I want to group, because if I do that right now, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna be pretty. That's person A, and that's not gonna be really pretty. And if I remove the expand here and add a text here, that's person B, oopsie, and that's a const. Then it does what I want it to do, but it's not pretty. What I want it to do is actually to be too what I want is payer, the paid by, and then that, and then paid for, and then that. Expense report, yeah, not really expense report, but sharing expenses between two person or two groups, but two things, two groups, two entities, and very simple stuff. One person pays either for both, so 50-50, or for the other person, so 100%. Very simple. And that's because I need that to share expenses with my daughter's mother. So, so what I want here in that row is I want another text here, and that's going to be paid by, right? And const. Yeah, exactly. Either you pay or she pays, or and it's either 50-50 or just because, you know, you happen to pay for both of you. So that's paid by, and I want on the next row this to be a text paid for. Const. And then I'm going to remove the expanded here and add a text here, a const text person A, and remove the expanded and add here a const text person B. Thank you, GitHub. Okay. So how do I make those? Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. So how do I make those evenly sized? So my guess is I need 3 expanded widgets, but I also need to group those widgets in something. All right, Tommy, thank you for dropping by. Yes, most of the videos are on YouTube when I remember to upload them. So sometimes you're gonna see like 3 or 4 of them arriving in a short span of time. So thank you very much for the follow on both channels, and hope to see you again someday. Okay, so expanded. This will be grouped and expanded. And can I make a row inside a row? Well, I guess we'll see. Hey, Nova, welcome to the stream. How are you? How was your day? So I want to wrap that into an expanded. Okay, and a const, and remove the const here. And it takes that. Now we're gonna know if I can actually add a row into a row. And it's even worse than that. It's gonna be an expanded row into a row. Ooh, that's scary. Children. So I want that and the text here. That and then that and then that. And that seemed to be working so far. And what if I expand that? Style that and then that here, and I'm missing a comma here. That seems to be working. Great, so let's do the same thing here. We're gonna have a row. We're gonna have children for that row. And that's gonna be the radio and the text, and we're to that. Oops, missing that. Yep. And now we expand the row. Expanded child row, and is that here? No, that's not the one. That's the one here. There we go. Is that third and 1/3, 1/3 and 1/3? Probably. We'll see with the bug fixing for 2 days straight. I am feeling better, thank you. Yes, it's not 100% because the more I speak, the more I cough. But yeah, much better than last week. And I'm so glad I can come back on Twitch and on stream. This is really addictive stuff. So what we're doing here, in case you're wondering, I'm building my sharing expenses app. So it's going to be very simple. Just 2 persons, person A, person B. One is paying for either the other person or for both. So 50-50 or 100%. That's pretty simple. I am not going to care about currency right now. But I do have, because living in Switzerland, we use Swiss francs, of course, here, and we are very close to the border, so we also use euros. So sometimes we can have expenses in euros, sometimes in Swiss francs. So I'm gonna need to deal with that later. But right now I'm building the form, and I'm using a stateful widget. But if I can, I'm going to change that and use a qubit instead. All right, let's drop and see if I can beat you guys. Alright, so I need to that's my row. I need to expand that. Okay. I'll remove the constant here and add it here. Okay. And now I need to do the same thing I did over there. So that's a row, children. That's the checkbox and the text. And that and that and that. Alright, and same here. I need a row that's gonna be children, the checkbox and the text, and that and that and that and that. All right, and that row is gonna get expanded. Expanded child, and then I'm gonna add that here, and same here. Expanded child, and that row, and here. By the way, Nova, did you have time to have a look at the Google puzzle? I just had a look. I didn't have time to invest more times. Which theme is that? That's the default, basic default thing. I don't think I have set up anything. No, I just have the provider and I run the app. Nope, nothing fancy. The default material theme. Yeah. So I'm gonna need to make that a little bit prettier. Gak sent me something for the dat picker that I'm going to implement, and then probably I don't need like the whole width of the screen just to, you know, get a 52.50 francs or Swiss or euros or stuff like that. So probably this is gonna be, maybe that's gonna be the whole line, and then date and amount are gonna be on the same line, something like that. I don't think I need this much descriptions. If I only have 1/3, that's gonna be let's see if I, so it's, yeah, if it's paid for Netflix or it's no, I think 1/3 should be okay. Actually, 1/3 of the screen, it could be okay. Yeah, I hear you. I have like half a dozen projects running, and yeah, I only have so many hours in the day. I wish I could do that all day long, you know, but gotta have the paid job. Gotta be able to pay the bills. So yeah, I think it's I could do that with only 1/3 of the screen, because I don't have my phone here, so I can't look at. Because the thing is, we already have an app to share our expenses, but it's very complicated, and the UI it just doesn't make any sense. So that's why I want to make my own app. But yeah, the description could. I think even if one day lasted 72 hours, it still wouldn't be enough. Yeah, I guess. I guess. So right, I have that, and I like that. I'm gonna have to add some controls, because, as I said, you can't. Person A cannot pay for person A, right? That doesn't make any sense. So person A can pay for person B, or for person A and B. That's all they can do, right? And same here. So person B pays for person A, person B pays for person A, or both. But I'm gonna add those controls, right? Shall we try and have the form screen here, and instead of having 3 different children here, we're gonna have a row, and those are gonna be the children of the row. Put that in here, and of course it doesn't work anymore, because what did I do? What did I do that it doesn't like it? That's gonna be better, right? I'm taking that and putting that in here, and it doesn't work. Great. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to stop working without any kind of warning. I know some people who have no idea what to do with that time, and I'm like, I can't remember 1 second of last year's when I was born. No, me neither. Because when I don't do those projects here, I have my daughter to look after, and I'm not getting bored of that. Do you know that plugins where you can wrap widgets with other widgets? No, I don't. There's a plugin where I can wrap a widget inside another widget. No, I don't know that plugin. So, Gek said I can say permit. And if I do that, then you can paste link. Oh, cool. You will not get timed out for the next 60 seconds. All right, okay. So if you have a link to paste, you can do that now. I didn't know that command. Thank you very much once again for that. So, what happened if I click plus? Well, once again, it doesn't work, so I have made a boo-boo. What did I do? Why is this thing working, and why can't I add a row to my column? That's still working. Okay. So again, text A B C. That works. So what's wrong? Do I need to like expand all the things? Is still working? It is. So now if I replace the text with a text form field, will it work or will it break? It works. So why did it stop working previously? There are some mysteries sometimes. And did you notice that those mysteries only happen when you're live on Twitch? Because when you do your thing, you know, with nobody watching you, everything goes according to plan. But then you go, oh, no, let's do a stream, show people what I do, and then it doesn't work. Doesn't just a control plus dot opens up the context menu that allows you to wrap widget with another widget? Yes. Yes, probably. Let's take this last text form field, replace the dummy text here, and now that works. Huh. Let's add a sized box in the middle with a width of 8. With a width of 8. Sorry. That's going to be a const. Probably without the accent. Another one here. And we should be good. Or almost good. So if I have the size box and I do control dot, yeah, I can wrap that with a padding, for example. Right. I'm not sure about this form. It looks weird. To be fair, it looks very weird. It looks very weird, but we're gonna go with that, and we'll fix that later. What I want to be able to save stuff. So now is the time where I should probably introduce a qubit and save my state and data. So, question for you guys. I have this form, and so this form is a stateful widget because of the change here. Would you use a stateful widget with, you know, the variable here to change be able to change those elements, and then save the results to a qubit and state? Or would you just use a stateless widget and use the state to manage those controls here? That's something that's something that isn't clear to me. How to handle that, because I am I was under the impression that using the qubit would maybe redraw the whole thing, and I can do both. Okay, so that's what I thought. So I would use the stateful widget, right, like I did here, and do my set state here. I think put it in qubit, it's cleaner. Yeah, it looks cleaner to me, but well, you know what? We're gonna try, because if we don't try, we won't know. So we're going to go here, create a new file. That's gonna be the form screen qubit, right? Dot and cbt, which is a shortcut that I wrote, and that's gonna be the form screen qubit, and it's going to oopsie, Control plus. Did I? No, I didn't import that. So qubit. Oh, I might not have the block and block flutter or flutter block. So flutter pub add block, and is that flutter block? Flutter block. It is flutter block. Another pro tip, tell me when I should stop. No, you should never stop. You can use the block extension. Yeah, I know, and I don't like it. I don't like the extension. I don't like the way it does things. So I wrote my own snippet, and so now I can create my qubits by hand. I just don't like the way it does that. I don't know. I feel like it because it's going to create multiple states, and the way I use that, I prefer to have only one state, and because I essentially use the qubits and the states for forms or lists. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not using it as it should be used, but yeah, I clean and well, flutter clean and flutter get just to re-get everything. Alright, and now it should see that. Yeah, there you go. And that's Alright, so we've got the states. We've got the qubit and we've got the states. If we go to the form screen, then the body will be a... Come on. Not the body. The return a block provider. It's not a block provider. It is a block provider. The block provider, and the create function is going to create my form screen qubit. And come on, shine is going to be the scaffold. Go back to the scaffold. That should do it. How do you do fancy star effects on your cursor? Haha! That thing? That's an extension. That's the power something. Power mode. That's the extension. Power mode. That's just cool. It's useless and so cool. Alright, so I probably need... I'm probably gonna have to transform this stateful widget back into a stateless widget at some point. So I have my provider. And then the child of the provider is gonna be the listener. Do I need a listener? I don't think I need a listener. I think a consumer is enough. Yeah, consumer. Builder, a block builder. Block builder. Alright, so that's gonna be the form screen. Form screen qubit and form screen state. Sorry, really not gone completely just yet. Okay, it still works. Woohoo! Nice, it still works. So now I'm going to need to add some stuff in my state. The state is going to use final bool paid by and final bool paid for person A, final bool paid for person B. I think that's all we need. This dot paid by, this dot paid for person A, this dot paid for paid by is actually paid by, what did I say in the checkbox? That value was true if it was paid by person A. The paid by is really paid by person A. Okay. Now the qubit is gonna get a provider as its parameter, but it needs to construct a state. That's that. So it needs to construct a state. Everything is required. No, the paid by person A is not required because it can be null. Those are required. And so we're going to say paid for person A is false and paid for person B is false. That's gonna be our default state. And so now if we go back here, we're gonna ignore the set state here, and we're gonna ignore the set state here too. And the value here is still true, but this group value is our state that paid by person A. Same here, group value is paid by person A. Okay. Sorry. Again, we ignore the set state. We also ignore the set state over here. We're gonna take care of that later. That's state that paid for person B, and that is state that paid for person A. We don't need that anymore. All right, and now comes the point where we need to update our values. So text function description, we need that in our state 2. We need a final string maybe description. We need a final, let's say it's gonna be a string, although I'm not sure, for the date, and we need a final double maybe. Okay, and so we would probably need this dot description, this dot state and this dot amount. Because they are optional, we don't have to. We don't actually have to give them any values. Cool. Cool. All right. Let's say child text field controller text input controller. Text input. That's not text input controller. Text editing controller. Text editing controller. Value text equals state dot description. There we go. We're gonna ignore the date just because I'm going to change that with the date editor later, so let's not bother doing that now. This needs to be a string, but we have a double, so we're gonna have to convert that. So controller text editing controller text is state dot amount dot to string as to string as fixed to. However, it might be null, so we should be doing that. And it's still working. Seems to be working fine, so we're going to ignore those for now and try and concentrate on this. So, paid by. Why is it already person A and person B? Ah, interesting. Paid by is already person B. Does that mean that paid by person A is initialized something? Did I do that? Did I do this? No, it's a bool. It should be paid for, or maybe I... Well, it should be null. If it's null, it should not select. Huh. That's interesting. So, let's see the scores. I never thought about passing a new text controller and add the text in the text field. Well, I usually do value, but sometimes I have problems with values when I set the value directly. So lately I have used the text editing controller each time, and so far I never had any problems. So I don't know. Maybe there's a reason for that. I always declare the controller outside of build method and pass it as a variable. Yeah, so I do that when I need to actually use the controller. But here I just want to initialize the text value, and so I took the habit to do this like that. So, but if you need to access the value later on, yeah, you need to declare the controller outside, because otherwise you don't have any ways to get to the controller. So I'm wondering, why is it initialized here? The paid by is a boolean, and it's oh, is it because of that? Is it because I said it's a boolean and not a boolean? No, it's not that. It's not that. So what's going on here? I'm going to put a breakpoint here and close that, open that again, and see what's in my state. Hello? Hello? Hello, VS Code? Why don't you show me my state? Why do you show me the context but not the state? What? I think if you did something like bool value null, it would give you false. So that is why the option B is checked. Ah. Where is it? Paid by expanded row children radio of bull. Yeah, that would be a radio of bull. And that's gonna be a bull. And I said value true and value false, but the group value is the state paid by person A. Does it find a qubit? You normally can't define block builder as child of block provider. Did they fix that? It used to work, yeah. It's working on my other app. I think it's working. I don't even know. Let's stop and restart the app. Maybe there's a... Yeah, I'm still learning too. I'm learning every day. Thanks to all the resources on the internet and your stream, guys. It's amazing the amount of stuff you can pick up from other people's streams. Alright, let's run that app again. Let's see. Come on, install the app on the emulator, and now we're going to see the app, and it's gonna stop in breakpoint. Come on. Alright, and the context is there. Oh, there we go. We have the state now. It found it, and paid by person A is null, and paid for person A is false, and paid for person B is false. Let's go on. Let's move on. Oh, it's working now. So I had to restart everything, probably because of the provider and stuff like that, and that messes up with the hot reload. Okay, so now if I click there, nothing happens because we didn't change anything in the restart always. Yeah. So now, when we change that, we need to do context.read, and thank you GitHub. It's actually that. It's actually that. Set paid by and value. Except that doesn't exist yet. So create that method for me, please. Alright, and now we need to do something. We need to go here because I forgot something very important. Generate equality and generate copy width. And now set paid by is gonna do. We're going to emit state copy width. Thank you. It's almost the right thing. Set copy width paid by person A value. Okay, and yeah, basically, yeah. But I learned from your stream, so I guess it's gonna be very close to what you do. Okay, and then we do the same thing here. And it's actually exactly the same thing, I believe. And it works! And it works. We are using the state and the qubit to switch from person A to person B. So now this doesn't work because we need to implement that. Okay, so Thank you, GitHub, once again. And that's said paid for person A value, and that's gonna be the same here. Paid for person B. All right, okay, let's create a method, and let's create a method here. All right, and now we're going to implement those methods. No, that's person B. Create method set for person B. There we go. That's going to be emit copy with paid for person A. Yes. There we go. this GitHub thing is amazing. Yeah. Gotta take care of what it does, and have a look and be aware that it can generate something that's completely wrong, but after a while, I have to say it does learn, and so now we should be able to do that. Right, great, that worked. It's great, it's working, it's nice. Okay, blah blah blah. That date 01/13/2022 152. So that's not doing anything. Okay, so next question for you guys: when you have text fields like that, do you use the onChange, which means you save the value each time you press a character, a key, or do you have another way to do that? Because the way I'm mixing two ways when I do that, and I don't like mixing stuff. I sometimes use the onChange, but every time I press a key, it does its stuff. Or I can also use the onSave when I click the save button, and that saves the state. I don't know, because those here, they will change as soon as I click. Right? If I do that, the state is changed already. Usually save value on the save button click just to avoid emitting state too much. Yeah. But then again, those, they are changed immediately, because when we switch that, we have to emit the new state in order to change this value. But yeah, I usually do the save thing too. But the save thing, well, saving requires a stateful widget, because you need a global key of the state to ask the form if it's valid and then save everything, right? Or am I missing something? You know what? It's actually very, very satisfying to be able to talk Flutter with people who actually understand what I'm saying and what I ask. So thank you very much for being in the chat tonight. Isn't there a method in the text editing form thing to only trigger after the changing level? Is there something in the text editing controller to do stuff when we lose focus? Text editing controller. I think text widget also have onSave, yes, or something like. Yes, the onSave in the text widget, the onSave will be called when you call the key dot state or current state or current, I don't remember exactly, dot save. That's gonna call the form, and the form will call save on each widget. On editing complete. On editing complete. Upon completion of editing, like pressing the done button on the keyboard, two actions take place. First, editing is finalized. The default behavior of this step includes an invocation of unchanged. That default behavior can be overridden. See onEditing complete for details. Second, onSubmitted is invoked with the user's input value. OnSubmitted can be used to manually move focus to another input widget when the user finishes with the currently focused input widget. Rather than widget directly, consider using text field, which is a full-featured material design text input field with placeholder text labels and form integration. Yes. See onEditing complete. Let's see onEditing complete. What does it say? Called when the user submits editable content, e.g., user presses the Done button on the keyboard. Default implementation of onEditing complete executes two different behavior based on the situation. When a completion action is pressed, such as Done, Go, Send, or Search, the user's content is submitted to the controller and then focus is given up. When a non-completion action is pressed, such as Next or Previous, the user's content is submitted to the controller, but focus is not given up because developers may want to immediately move focus to another input widget. Well, you know what? There's only one way to know. Let's do that. Except all I want to do right now is print something. onEditing complete text a value, probably. Isn't defined. Oh, not defined. It's in the form field. It is. I got a notification on my emulator. Wow, nice. It's linked to my Google account, that's why. And onEditing complete. But then how do I get the value? It doesn't have, but that's why I need the controller to be an external variable and then use the text controller. So I probably need to say that's the amount controller. And I need to define that somewhere. Here. Final amount controller equals that. Huh. I can't define that outside of the build function. I need to define that inside the build function. Well, let's do that then. And we're going to do that with the amount, just with the amount. So now we can do amount controller.text, and we're gonna set breakpoint somewhere just here, and have a look at the debugging console. Okay, and so now if I say 52.5 and then save. No. It didn't do much. Maybe I should restart that because reasons. Nope. I think it emits not on save button but on keyboard save button. If you click enter. Hello, Daniel Quick, please. Sorry. Welcome to the chat. What does onEditing complete give you that onsave or onField submitted does not? I have no idea. But unsaved is gonna be called. If I do that, then I need to value. Then I need to have a key. I need to define here a final key equals global key of form screen state. And then I need to implement in my action and do a key. How did I call that? Key. Final form key. And then I need to do form key dot current context dot save. No, dot save. Not yes, save. No, it's not save. What is it? It's not save. It's save. I don't remember. Anyone remembers out of the top of their heads? Let me permit Nova. There you go. Try again. Flutter form save. Did I use a global key? I did use a global key. And the thing is, I need to call. What? Pumpkey current state validate. Pumpkey dot current state dot save. Yeah. Pumpkey. Current context. Yeah. Current state dot save. I should really. Take a nap. No, that ain't working. What's wrong? Current state. Yeah, dot validate. What? Form key current state. Current state. I missed something. I did miss. What did I do wrong? Yeah, I'm lost with autocomplete. First I need to give the. There's something I need to do here. I need to give the key to the form, otherwise it's not gonna work anyways. And then it's not, yeah, because it's not a global key of form screen state, it's a global key of form state. Form state, there we go. And now we can do that, and then we have got the validate. If that, then there we go. Current state dot save. Nah. All right. Okay, and then we can set this breakpoint here on this unsaved, and then we should be able to do that. Except it's broken because there was an error or something. Come on. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, save. And then we've got an invalid format here, so it does validate. So 01/14/2022, and save. And our value is 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's gonna work. That's gonna work. So now on save, I can set my qubit value, well, my state value. So now I can do context read screen qubit set amount double try parse value. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Daniel, for the follow. Appreciate that. let's do that. Okay, so value is a string. It's a maybe string, but since we had validation, well, since we're gonna have validation, we're gonna validate that it's not empty, and then we need to create the set amount method on the qubit, and the qubit is going to emit another state, and except that's not try-pass, that's actually amount. Okay, that should save the amount in the state, and then we get the validator. Okay, so the validator is a function that takes a string and returns a string if there's a problem, if I'm correct. So that's a value, and that's going to, if value is empty, return. That GitHub thing is awesome. What's the problem here? Oh, we can't call is empty on a null value, right? Thank you, Nova, for dropping by. And I understand it's really late. I'm gonna go to bed very soon too. Thank you very much. I hope to see you again in the chat later on, and I will try and catch your stream next time you do stream. I usually work from home, so I have your stream in the background while I work, and that's why sometimes I spend many minutes or hours without even saying anything. But I'm watching and I'm listening. Thank you very much. Have a good night. I can't call is empty on the string value because it's a string question mark. But that's that would have been nice to be able to do that. But if value different of null and value, if value equals null or value is empty, then return please enter an amount, and else return null. What's wrong here? Oh, there's an extraneous S at the beginning of the line. All right, so that works. Now if I save that, it's gonna say please enter an amount. I'm not necessarily pleased with the way it does that, but I think we can hide this thing. That's gonna be okay for now. So I'm pleased with how it works. I'm not very pleased with how it looks, but as Nova noticed, it's getting late and I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. So I think I'm gonna call that a night for now, and I'm going to probably stream again tomorrow. Yeah, I don't have my daughter this weekend, so tomorrow and this weekend I might do a afternoon stream Saturday or maybe Sunday, something like that. So thank you very much everyone for joining me in the chat. It's cool to be able to chat with people who know Flutter and can answer my questions and give me advice. Give me a follow if you didn't have. Thank you Daniel for the follow. Thank you Tommy for the follow. I will be back tomorrow. I've been away too long for I don't know, many weeks. Vacation, Christmas break, and then the bronchitis prevented me from streaming for 2 weeks. So yeah, I will be back tomorrow and probably once during the weekend. Maybe I will be doing that other project I have, but I would like to finish this one first. So we'll see. More Flutter things this weekend. Thank you very much for joining. Hope you had a good time. I certainly had a good time, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.